Hello everyone, my name is Dinata Sinaga. I am from Class B, English Literature 2020, University of North Sumatra. My student ID number is 20070546. Here I want to tell you about neurolinguistics. What is neurolinguistics? Neurolinguistics studies the relation of language and communication to different aspects of brain function. In other words, it tries to explore how the brain understands and produces language and communication. This involves attempting to combine neurological or neuropsychological theory, how the brain is structured and how it functions, with linguistic theory, how language is structured and how it functions. Why is our communication system so elaborate and so different from that of other animals? If someone asks you, what separates humans from other animals? One of the first things that would probably come to mind is language. Language is so fundamental to human life that it's hard to imagine what life would be like without it. In fact, the original term for language referred to it as part of the body language is derived from the Latin word lingua, meaning tongue. But at the same time, other animals also communicate. Your cat may let you know when it's hungry. Ants use pheromones and sound to indicate social status and distress. Bees dance to tell one another where to find honey, and chimpanzees can learn sign language. The conclusion: distinctive sounds called phonemes are arbitrary and have no meaning. But humans can string these sounds in an infinite numbers of ways to create meaning via words and sentences. But other animals do not communicate by arranging arbitrary sounds, which limits the number of messages they can create. Does language use the same kind of neural computations as other cognitive systems, such as music or mathematics? Yes, it does, because their mutual relationship frequently appear in the scientific literature as studies on the influence of one of these abilities on another. Say the effects of music on mathematics or linguistic abilities, or vice versa. The assumptions behind this view is that language and music are independent abilities that are different enough so they can interact. But of course, it may be that they share deeper and common neural mechanisms, and this is why they develop together. Therefore, it is attractive to think that the formal commonalities of music, language, math, and other cognitive abilities may respond to deep and common neural mechanisms that account for their generative nature. If so, no doubt that the challenge is immense. Neurons play math and logical calculus, but generative mechanisms and recursions do not imply a specific neural properties or circuits. Therefore, it is difficult to search for a particular neural circuitry or to know how circuits are specified and required for the different functions. Neuropsychology is still far from providing a good model of the operations of the visual cortex, which is perhaps the closest we are to measure the activity of neurons associated with such a generative capacity. Where in your brain is a word that you've learned? Left hemisphere. Manage the process such as language, logic, mathematics, writing, and understanding of the pleasant experiences. Kinsburn, 1981. The linguistic specialty is located on the left hemisphere of brain. This hemisphere functions in monitoring the grammar ability, understanding the other utterances, naming objects, repeating something, reading, and writing. Broca's area, located in the left hemisphere, is associated with speech productions and articulations, our ability to articulate ideas, as well as use words articulately in spoken and written language, has been attributed to this crucial area. How does a word come to mind when you need it, and why does it sometimes not come to you? Certain parts of the brain are responsible for understanding words and sentences. These brain areas are mainly located in two regions in the left side of the brain and are connected by nerves. Together, these brain regions and their connections form a network that provides the hardware for language in the brain. Without this brain network, we would not be able to talk or to understand what's being said. And why does it sometimes not come to you? Expressive aphasia. This is also called broadcast or non-fluent aphasia. People with this pattern of aphasia may understand what other people say better than they can speak. People with this pattern of aphasia struggle to get words out, speak in very short sentences, and omit words. I think that's all about my presentations. Thank you and have a nice day, everyone. Goodbye.